Welcome back to the Yinz and Youse podcast, a podcast where a diehard Steelers fan and an Eagles fan go head-to-head on all things football. In this week's episode, we got a packed lineup. College football's week one just wrapped up, and we'll break down the biggest surprises and early storylines. Then, it's finally here. NFL kickoff week one in Philly. We're talking matchups, expectations, and what we're looking forward to the most. Plus, we're calling our early shots, division winners across the league, and our way too soon Super Bowl predictions. Buckle up because football season is officially in full swing. This is the Yinz and Youse podcast. Let's get cracking.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Yinz and Youse podcast. Nathan, it's game day.
Football is here.
It's back. We're back. Starting off with the Eagles Cowboys. How you feeling about tonight?
Dude, I'm pumped, man. It's finally here. We get to talk about the NFL. We get to watch the NFL. I've been waiting for so long through the draft, through the offseason, and now, boom.
Our episodes
NFL
might actually
football
mean
kicks
something.
off today.
Hell yeah. But before we get into that, I do want to start off with a little bit of small talk, not football related. You and I played golf this weekend. Big golf
Sure
guys.
did. Beautiful day. Yeah.
We had a really strange encounter with a small child.
Not just a small child.
Some would call him the golf ball angel.
And by some people, he himself called himself. That's how he introduced himself to us.
He came up to us, hole 14? It doesn't really matter. Kid on a bike runs up. He says, "Hey guys, I'm the golf ball angel." Some people have been calling me that, verbatim. And he opens up this bag on his bike, and it's filled with golf balls. And he says, "Listen, I'm selling balls, $1 a ball. Take as many as you like." I give the kid $12, and he starts pulling out these golf balls. And 3 of them were mine that I lost that day, for one. So he scammed me out of those, but good business practice on his end.
Very good business practice.
We buy the balls from him, and then he says, if you can hit a straight drive, I'll give you 2 for free. I hit one. I shank it into the left woods. Straight enough for me. Here's 2 balls. And Nathan hits one, and shanks it into the left side of the woods. He says, straight enough for me. Gives him 2 balls. Cracked it right off the tree.
But what an angel.
What an angel. And then immediately after that says, "Hey, you guys want to see something that I can do?" Drops a split right in front of us, right on the tee box. Crazy. Gets up.
Oh my God.
Immediately does a cartwheel. And then we never saw him again.
And then he was gone.
He gone.
Got on his bike and was gone.
So if the golf ball angel ever listens to this episode, just know I am really thankful, and you owe me $3.
We're your biggest fans.
But going off from that, I know that you got some college football stuff that you want to talk about that I'm going to listen to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we're getting into week one of the NFL today, but last week was week one of college football, and we had absolutely electric start to week one for college football. There was a whole lot of great stuff going on. Starting off, got to highlight the legendary Lee Corso, gave his final ESPN College Game Day picks, and he was perfect. Every single pick he got right.
Yeah.
I was the only person did that. Plus, all the teams that he played for and coached in college also got a dub today. So, phenomenal day to be Lee Corso. But they started off in Ohio State with Texas. Arch Manning, he was feeling the stadium pulse, man. He was really getting to him.
Looking a little rough.
But the big plus coming out of that, what I learned is that college football fans are not racist. And I say that because if you remember last year, it was Shedeur Sanders. The days that he would struggle, everyone called him the Nepo baby. He was just there for that. And they were like, no, that's not true. Twitter was very quick to hop on Arch Manning the second he was seeing ghosts in Ohio State. I mean, it was so bad that at halftime I get on my phone and I see a video of Arch Manning if he was the pilot on 9/11 and it's a plane missing the towers. They were hopped on it really quickly. So they'll do it to anybody. It doesn't matter.
That's good.
But
the world's
healing. He struggled just a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not selling my stock in Arch Manning yet.
Okay.
It was his first start, and it was in Ohio State with the defending national champs.
That's true.
People are going to struggle. I don't think it was, only 7 points struggle. I wasn't really expecting that, but it's a long season. Things change really quickly. So he can definitely still be that number one pick in Pittsburgh for a quarterback position. But there's a few other really good quarterbacks out there that had really solid week ones. Drew Aller with Penn State absolutely blew the doors off of Nevada, 46 of 11. He was like 22 for 26, 200 yards and a touchdown. Really solid performance from Drew Aller.
That's nice.
The guy out of Penn State, people really like it in Pittsburgh. Could be a potential draft pick for quarterback.
This guy's already thinking about draft kicks. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm locked in to the NFL draft in Pittsburgh in April, man. I'm locked in.
We'll be there.
Later that evening, we get probably my favorite game of Saturday was LSU at Clemson. Really good LSU team. I think LSU might actually be back.
Okay.
Since Joe Burrow, that LSU team.
Yeah.
Grant Nussmeier looked really good, quarterback for LSU, and they were going against Cade Klubnik, quarterback for Clemson. He struggled a little bit, but I'm not dissing him. I think that's more that this is a really good LSU defense. So Watch out. Yeah, I'm watching out for LSU in the SEC. I think they're going to be really, really good. I'm going to keep an eye out. Next game that I really want to highlight is Alabama, I think, is done. They got smoked by an unranked Florida State, 31-17. Yeah, it was.
I did see that. That's
pretty
rough.
crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's just pretty weird that all these college teams start paying players, and all of a sudden Alabama's not really relevant. So that's I don't know. I'm not saying anything, Nick Saban. I'm just calling it how it is. People start paying players, and now who's Alabama? I don't know. That was cool. And then finally, one game I want to highlight with a few key players is South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. Their quarterback, Lenore Sellers, is a pretty athletic dude. This guy actually might sneak his way into contention for one of the top quarterbacks this year. He reminds me a lot of, I'm going to be careful now, Anthony Richardson coming out of Florida, because I'm not saying how Anthony Richardson is now, but Lenore Sellers is just a very athletic quarterback. Like, he can run really fast. He can move. He's really good. But somebody that I want to look at for a draft pick, if Steelers don't go the quarterback route in the first round, is the wide receiver Nick Harbor out of South Carolina, who is a freak, phenomenal, fast athlete. Wow. It's crazy. All-American track star, super insanely fast. He had 100 yards and a touchdown. I'm going to start buying my stock in the Nick Harbor for maybe the Steelers take a wide receiver in the first round.
I really like the alliteration that you had there. That was good.
Yeah, I was trying to be really careful with any edge like that.
That was good. Yeah. All right, man. All right. Is that all you got for college?
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to be on the lookout for Nick Harbor. I'm going to watch him throughout the season as well as South Carolina, see how he kind of develops. Now, I will say, it could translate, but when I was playing college football 25, I helped him win the Heisman when I was the quarterback at South Carolina. I mean, dude's quick and get the ball.
That locks it in right there.
Yeah, so I mean, take that for what you will, but just kind of keep that on your back burner when you're looking at wide receivers for the draft in April next year.
I like it. All right, well, moving on from that, let's talk about some real football.
Yeah, now we're in NFL Week 1.
NFL Week 1.
Today.
Starts today. I'm pretty pumped. We're going to watch it right after this episode. Not to date the episode or anything, but pretty excited. Finally get to see my boys out there beating up the Cowboys. Talked about it last week, but get to see Jerry Jones cry when we drop the banner. Really excited for that. That's going to be good.
I get to see my lone boy, George Pickens. I'll be repping him today. So I got my shiesty right here. My heart says like 4 or 5, but
okay, so 1, maybe 2.
So 1.
Yeah.
I'll take 1. Are you kidding me?
It's okay. I have a bet for him to get at least 1 touchdown. So I need him
I was going to bring that up later. Yeah, George Pickens anytime touchdown seems really easy. Yeah. Really easy money.
Some big news that happened today. Before we get really diving in deep into tonight's game and this weekend, Amari Cooper retired.
That's what 1 week with Kenny Pickett will do to you.
Oh my God, I forgot he went to the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, Pitt's greatest quarterback, backing up Geno Smith, WVU guy. So,
amen.
I mean, I'm gonna call it how it is.
Yeah. I mean, Pitt's still on the bottom. I like that.
Feeling pretty good that you don't have to worry about Micah Parsons anymore on the Cowboys defense.
Yeah. I mean, he was really one of the only weapons that they had on the defense. They're kind of shit when it comes to that. So, I'm ready for us to run through them. Ready for some nice open coverage. I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, that trade was kind of crazy. Jerry Jones seems very confident that this makes their defense better.
He likes the pain.
Very confident.
He loves the pain.
He's like, we got to stop the runs. We're going to get rid of the best player we've had in years on defense. It's like, it's hard to root for.
No, you can't. Not even just trying to be a Cowboys hater, obviously, but they're just such a sad team to root for anymore.
So recently on Netflix, I don't know if you saw this, but they came out with that documentary about the Cowboys and like their legacy in that Super Bowl run. Watching a few episodes of that, I'm not done yet, but one of the episodes talks about Emmitt Smith and his contract negotiations with Jerry Jones. And I'm watching that and I'm like, oh my God, he hasn't changed.
No.
Because they took a while to get Emmitt Smith's contract because they were just going back and forth and Jerry was like, nah, I'm not buying it. Like it's just a trade. It's just a tactic to get a signing. He's not actually going to leave. And then
they leave.
and then Micah Parsons is gone.
It's a bad tactic. It's a terrible tactic.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, he's been doing this since the 90s. Like, that's impressive, honestly.
Are you surprised, though?
No.
How many episodes do they even have of that?
I have no idea.
I can't imagine it's many if they're talking about a run.
I think it's just a few. Yeah, I think it's really just about their dominance during the 90s and all that.
Right.
So. But yeah, I mean, Jerry Jones hasn't changed when it comes to negotiating contracts for phenomenal players in the NFL.
About right. Sounds about right.
It's really impressive. So what are you expecting today, week 1, starting off the kickoff for Eagles-Cowboys?
Well, obviously expecting a win. Not trying to be an overzealous fan here, but we're coming off of a great run last year. Great Super Bowl. Playing a division rival at home. First game of the NFL. I think it's going to be pretty electric. I mean, Cowboys always put up a fight against the Eagles.
I was going to say, people are kind of writing off the Cowboys this year. I think they're going to be a little solid on offense at least.
I don't know.
I think they're going to put up a fight. I think they're going to put up a fight. They're going to compete in the East.
I think they will, but I don't know, man. The NFC East is pretty good right now. I mean, we used to be a laughingstock for the NFL, but look at us, look at Washington, and yeah, look at the Cowboys, but like the two of us are kind of juggernauts.
Total disregard for the Giants, but that's okay.
No, I'm aware of them, but not worried. I can tell you that.
Some people are saying, I mean, Dak Prescott was an MVP finalist 2 years ago. I think he's still capable of that.
He was.
And then with Pickens on that offense, I think that's going to help take the load off of CeeDee Lamb a little bit. So,
if he can get the ball there.
Yeah, but they don't have Cooper DeJean like the Eagles do. Dude.
That's true, man. That's true. Ball hawk, hoping for another nice pick 6 from the boy.
That was the most electric thing in that Super Bowl.
That was crazy. I almost cried.
I remember we talked about it before the game, and I was like, man, I mean, Eagles defense, anytime touchdown, Cooper DeJean. And it happened. I was like, oh, my God.
No, that dude he's crazy. I had to buy his jersey this year. Finally came out with the Nike Fuse in the midnight black. So pick that up. No, I'm excited. Our defense is the only thing I'm a little worried about. Obviously, we lost half the team last year. But Vic Fangio, I'm not worried about his play calls or anything like that. So I think he'll be able to find the holes and figure it out as the game goes. Obviously, he's had all of the practice season and preseason to work on that. But getting to see it on real game day is, I think, a different story. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it seems like pretty good camp this offseason, headed into the preseason out of Philadelphia.
Yeah. I mean, like we said last episode, there's just not much to talk about with Philly right now because it seems pretty solid, you know.
Let's say, participation's all there. People coming in for optional stuff, volunteer practices as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Really good camps.
Absolutely. No, I think it'd be
Must
good.
be nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I go to sleep every day before game day, and then I wake up and I feel refreshed, and I stretch, and I hear the birds sing. It's awesome.
Now, with this high praises for this Eagles roster and coaching staff, tell me, as an Eagles fan, at what point this season will we hear Philadelphia fans calling for the head of Nick Sirianni?
Week 4. No
Say, if he
specific
loses-
reason, but it's going to be really early.
Hypothetically, they lose today, Thursday night, week 1.
Oh, if we lose today, they're going to ask that he gets fired. They ask for him on steak.
They're not going to let him leave the stadium.
No, oh my God, no. They're going to hang him right then and there at the link. It has to be such a scary job to be a high-ranking member of a Philly sports team, especially the Eagles.
Their fan base is wild.
I will never forget. Me and my friend Jared went to, what year was it? I want to say it was 2019. 2018. Carson Wentz was still there. We went to Philadelphia to watch him play Washington. Or no, we went to see Seattle. Sorry. And Carson had a terrible game because he was coming off that injury with Dallas that kind of took him out of contention. And he was headed to the locker room because he got hurt. And people were throwing their drinks at him. And like Philly fans, like everybody wearing green, throwing their drinks, their dogs at him, like cussing him out.
Dogs?
They're dogs. They're dogs. Full wieners throwing them at Carson Wentz, dude. I had to participate because I needed to feel like I was really part of the crowd there. But, man, it broke my heart. I'm wearing my Carson Wentz jersey, too. It was terrible.
That dude, man, if he just wasn't so injury prone.
Well, hey, he could be the MVP this year. Who knows?
Dude, if there's a place for him to like have a bounce back year and win comeback player of the year, it's in Minnesota.
I think Minnesota's a good spot for him, in all honesty.
Yeah, turns out we get to like week 3 or 4, and they're like, all right, J.J. McCarthy's not it. He needs some more time to sit back. Carson Wentz is right there.
Oh, absolutely. No, he's a great. How do I word this?
There's a place that get it done.
Yes, he's a fantastic QB2. I think with him being so injury prone, and so if he has to step up and take up for J.J. McCarthy, I think that he can do that no problem. Especially with the Vikings offense. They're pretty solid. They've. Oh
yeah.
How he'll fit into their scheme, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I can't see how he would be a bad fit.
He hasn't been there too long in Minnesota, but
even with the games that he had where he played a little bit for KC, he didn't look bad at all.
Yeah. Still got the doors beat off of him by Denver to win. That was a fun one because Denver had to lose for the Bengals to make it in that year.
Right.
And Broncos beat the hell out of them. It was really awesome to see.
That's another team I'm looking out for this year. Broncos, man. I'm excited for them. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but we did some brackets of how the season's going to go and everything. I had the Broncos winning a good amount. I don't remember my exact stats on them, but they were up there, man.
If we're talking about the Broncos, you want to let's get right into it then. Let's start. You want to start divisions? You want to go division by division, see who's going to win that, and then we'll go from there.
Let me pull up my stuff here real quick.
Oh, for sure.
Starting with the South, might be a hot take. I don't know. I'm taking the Texans. I think, last year was an off year. C.J. Stroud, he suffered from the sophomore slump, but I think, going into year 3, he's got a little bit of a bigger head on his shoulders. I think he's going to make some good decisions. So I'm taking the Texans. How about yourself?
Okay. Yeah, I agree, but I also disagree with what you said. Now, let me tell you what I mean. I also have the Texans, but I have this in a battle for the worst team ever because I think this is going to be the worst division in football this year.
Yeah, I've got them pretty low.
I don't have anyone in the AFC South finishing over 500.
Really?
Yes, so I have the Texans winning, but I have them finishing at 7-10 and the Jags second, also 7-10.
Okay.
And I am one with C.J. Stroud. He did have the slump last year, but if there's an award to give for the least improved player, it's going to go to C.J. Stroud. I don't think he's going to get any better. I don't think he's going to be worse, but I don't think he's going to be any better than last year. I think he's going to struggle a little bit. Not he himself, but also just the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
That offensive line lost a little bit of pieces, so it's just a matter of, like you kind of said, his decision-making is what it's going to boil down to.
Yep.
But, I have this being the worst division in football this year.
Wow.
And I'm going to have the Texans winning the South, finishing at 7-10.
Okay. It was – I don't know why. I don't have an answer for this. I feel like the Colts aren't going to be too bad. So I think it's going to be a nice little fight between those two. It might be, the worst division, but there's still got to be a fight somewhere. I think the Colts are going to produce a little bit, so we'll see.
The Colts are going to have to pray to God that Jonathan Taylor is really good and healthy all season. Unless they figure out the quarterback. Unless I'm wrong about Daniel Jones.
Hey, Danny Dimes, I don't write him out. Hot take.
I'm not going to write him out just yet.
He was never the problem.
Just yet. So, but we'll see. We'll see how he settles in Indianapolis. So, but we'll see. But yeah, like I said, this is the worst division in football this year. No one's finishing above 500. But the Texans are going to edge out the Jags, finishing at 7-10, claiming their division.
Okay. All right. All right. You want to push
Following
it to
a compass?
The East?
I was going to say, yeah, let's roll right into the East. I think this one's actually going to be really easy. I think the Bills are going to dominate.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
They're
got
going to
Bills
absolutely dominate that division. I don't have anyone being absolutely close to the Bills. The closest one I have is the Patriots. I think they're going to be pretty solid.
Really?
Mike Vrabel, new coach for the Pats. Drake May, year 2, fully starting now. For year 2, he took a few snaps towards the end of the season last year. Looked pretty nice. They went out and got a few weapons, built the line out a little bit to help him out. I think the Pats are going to be a little competitive. Not
very interesting.
Nowhere near that Tom Brady Patriots, but they're gonna be back.
I have the Pats being dog shit this year. I don't know why, but like you said, Mike Vrabel, new coach. It's going to be a brand new scheme. I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling him. Going with my gut, but I'm not feeling him.
I like Mike Vrabel. I really do. He was one when he was, on the coaching carousel. I was really hoping, like, all right, let's fire Mike Tomlin. Let's go get Mike Vrabel. I really did like him, but they ultimately ended up going to the Patriots. But I have them being competitive this year. I mean, not competitive for claiming the East, but they're going to be competitive elsewhere. But yeah, this one's very clear and cut. It's going to be the Bills easily taking the East.
I like it. Do you want to avoid the North for now and go to the West?
We'll finish with the North. Let's go to the West. Let's go to the West. So we talked last week, and I brought up, I said, don't be surprised if the Chiefs don't win the West. And upon looking upon this, they are going to win the West.
They're totally going to win the West.
But I think I don't have it easy. I don't have this as an easy win for the West for the Chiefs. I have them finishing 12-5 with the Broncos and the Chargers right behind them at 10-7. Like they're going to be in this. It's not going to be easy.
I also had the Broncos at 10-7. That's cool.
Like this is going to be. This is where the Chiefs start to go downhill. Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to discredit him, but Travis Kelce is more famous for his name now than how he plays.
To plan, man.
He does. He's got a wedding to plan. So I mean, he finished under 1,000 yards last year. So that's kind of the start of a downhill climb. Plus, they can't keep their wide receivers out of trouble. So like Rashee Rice is suspended for a while. Xavier Worthy had some stuff going on.
About Rashee Rice. Oh,
yeah,
I forgot
he's up for 6 seasons. So this is the start of the end of the Chiefs dynasty. However, they are just winning the West.
I hope you're right, because I have them at 15-1.
Wow.
I think they
did it last year.
Easy season this year.
I don't know. I mean, Rashee Rice being out for a while is going to make
that could really hurt them. I didn't even incorporate that. So
Travis Kelce is claiming that he was working out a bunch this offseason. So I don't know what that means. I don't know why he wasn't doing it last year, but I don't know. I mean, they're going to obviously be above 500. They're going to compete. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the start of the end. The Broncos are a team showing uphill trends. They got a good quarterback. They're building pieces around Bo Nix. Chargers, same thing. They're building pieces out of Justin Herbert to where maybe he can finally win a big game. I don't know. But both of those teams are showing uphill climbs, and I'm just not seeing that in Kansas City. So I think this is the start of the end.
I'm not sold on Herbert, man.
He can't. I mean, he's talented, but like he's never won a playoff game.
No.
Why does that get so brushed under the rug? He's not won a playoff game.
I have no idea because this is a hot take and probably a little bit of bias on my end. I have them for 6-10.
Ooh.
I have them going down this year. They are building pieces around him. I just don't think that he has the head for the game.
Yeah, he threw for 5,000 yards one season, which is cool.
Yeah,
a lot of
one
people have
season.
done that.
But cool.
But like, yeah, he can't win. He can't win big games.
No.
He was almost an MVP candidate at the end of last season.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He threw 4 or 5 picks in the first
that
game
was
of the wild
such
card
a
and then
bad
lost.
game.
Yeah, like I think he had 4 or 5 picks all season, and then the wild card round he threw for the same amount of picks in just that one game.
Yep. No,
It's like, yeah, he can't win. I'm right there with you. I mean, I need to see him win a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but yeah, I mean, this is the big if guys, what they call them all over social media.
Yep.
Like if he had this, if this happened, if that happened. But I just again, I think he's solid. I think he's a good quarterback, but he just needs to show that in the postseason.
Exactly.
All right, I guess let's pull the Band-Aid here. Let's go to the North. I'll have you start, and then I'll try to calmly respond.
I don't think you're going to be as upset as you think you are.
I hope not.
I have the Bengals winning it out.
Ooh, what?
I do.
Over the Ravens?
Over the Ravens. My only feeling behind that is Derrick Henry is old. He's getting up there in age, and they do still have Lamar for the run game, but defenses now know how to adjust for that. You know, I mean, when he first got introduced, obviously his run game for the first 2 years was crazy, and nobody knew how to stop him. He's been in the league for how many years now?
Oh my gosh,
lot.
I have no idea. Yeah, it was quite a while for running back.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
I'm not sold on the Ravens. I kind of a Chiefs thing that you were talking about. I feel like they're going to be on the decline, and that's mostly just a gut feeling. I don't really have much to say on why I think that. I really think that this is a Bengals year. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow had such a great connection last year. Just didn't have the O-line, but I think if they're a smart team, they'll learn to adjust for that.
Well,
that's if they're a smart
hold
team.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to what you just said.
So, I don't know. I have them winning out the division. But
Okay.
I have the Steelers 10-7.
Okay. I'm right there with you.
See?
I looked at this, and I do think that this is a 10-win team, maybe even an 11-win team. I do have the Steelers at 11-6 now that I look double back at it. I have them still finishing second, but I was kind of leaning more – I think the Ravens can take this. Now, I think this can still be competitive. I mean, it's the North. We've seen that for how many years now? This is a competitive division.
Yep.
But Lamar is a 2-time MVP. Probably should have won it last year as well to make a 3-time MVP. I understand the discussion with Derrick Henry that he is old, but like he's coming off of a really good season. And until I see that, I'll believe it when I do see it. But until I do see it, I'm going with the Ravens for right now to win the division. I'm the exact opposite with the Bengals. I think this is going to be a very similar. Let me start over. I think this is going to be a very similar story to last season, where Joe Burrow is going to be awesome, and he's going to be perfect, but ultimately that's not going to be enough to keep him in the game because their defense will not allow that.
Defense is
I have this being another MVP season for Joe Burrow, but because they missed the playoffs, he's not getting it, and I have the Bengals at 10-9. Or I'm sorry, 8-9.
Okay.
8-9. Because again, that defense, they signed, they got some defensive pieces back. There's Trey Henderson came back, so they went from the worst defense in the league to now the worst defense in the league with 16 sacks on the year. So, congratulations.
Good job.
This defense is not going to allow Joe Burrow and the offense to stay within games and be ahead and like actually be steady. He's going to have to be perfect every single snap. And then that O-line's not going to protect him very well either.
No.
So I don't have a good feeling.
They didn't pick up any pieces in the offseason for O-line, did they?
None that stick out to me.
Yeah.
No. So I think I'm going to go out and say this is the last year for head coach Zach Taylor for the Bengals. I think they're going to get him gone. I think the only reason he's still there is he took him to a Super Bowl a few years ago.
Right.
But this is a Joe Burrow that in his young season has won Comeback Player of the Year twice.
Yeah.
He's done it twice because he has been out for 2 seasons and came back and played at the level that Joe Burrow should play at.
Yeah.
This team cannot protect him. This team cannot build to keep the Bengals in the game. I have the Bengals going 8-9 on the season, being third in the AFC North and just missing out on making the playoffs.
Where would you rank the Browns at? Obviously fourth, but what their standings?
Obviously fourth, but I looked at this. So there's a few teams, and I'll open up that discussion really quick, and then we'll go into the NFC North. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the Browns can win more than 5 games. I don't know if the Bears can win more than 5 games.
Let me guess.
Hold on.
Let me guess. The Jets.
I actually had the Jets winning 6 games, so just outside of 5. I have them winning 6. There are a few other teams there that I don't think can win 5 games, and that is the Colts
Oh, really?
I'm not too high on the Colts. I think that quarterback situation is really going to be spooky for them.
I'm excited
and
for
again,
Danny Dimes in a new team. I think he's going to be
You know what?
better.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think that's going to be. I think this is going to be a tough Colts team. I don't know how you feel on them. I don't think the Dolphins can win 5 games.
Really?
I don't. I mean, like they have their offensive pieces. So everyone's like, oh, their offensive pieces are there. Until I see Tua healthy for a full season, then I'll feel safe at that.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, I really don't know how he's still on the team.
He's talked about how much he wanted to leave, didn't he?
At the last game of last season, he said he was done playing for the Dolphins, and he's still here. I think that's going to be an issue, similar to like I said last week, Devontae Adams with the Raiders and the Jets, and him just wanting to get the hell out of there.
Yep.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a Dolphins team that kind of crashes and burn early and then decides to trade Tyreek Hill, and then they go for a reset. But I see the Dolphins struggling to get 5 games. And then I genuinely believe that the Saints don't win once.
Really? I have them for 3 wins.
I looked at it. I hate their quarterback room. I thought the Steelers had a bad quarterback room. Spencer Rattler, all due respect to him, he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL right now.
We were talking about this off camera.
Yeah,
so
but I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, if there is a team to go 0-17, I thought it was the Browns because it's the Browns, but no, the Saints genuinely could finish at the bottom because even the NFC South, which we can get into, it's kind of competitive.
Yeah,
they got to play all those teams, and then still, I think the NFC is also very competitive compared to what it used to be.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know if the Saints can win a game this year.
Yeah, like I said, 3 max.
Yeah, but if they went 0-17, I'd be like, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's hasn't been done for
we'll
a while.
We'll mark it down now. Call it now.
Nathan declares Saints 0-17.
All right, it's locked in.
Clip it, put it on social media, put it on the news. But speaking with the Saints, you just want to roll right into the NFC?
Let's do it.
Go in the South?
Let's do it.
What do you got for the South?
I got the Bucks.
I also got the Bucks.
I got an easy Bucks, 12-5.
I have 11-6. Okay, so we're right there.
Okay.
We're right there. Yeah. No, I think this is going to be a really good Bucks team. I really like Baker Mayfield and what's going on in Tampa. And they got some offensive weapons too, man. They're spread out.
Part of me is a little biased because, like I said, Baker is my quarterback in fantasy. So I'm really hoping that he can show up. But I don't see a reason why they can't.
No, I think so too. I think they can dominate the South. Maybe it gets a little competitive. Kind of leaning on the fence of what the Falcons are going to look like with Michael Penix hopping in, but
got them at 9.
Bijan should be one of the best players in the league after
true.
this year. Drake London's really good. Again, maybe because everyone's written off Kyle Pitts this year, maybe he actually does pretty good. Maybe.
We'll see.
But
we'll see.
He's got the offensive pieces to work with, and they got some solid pieces on defense too. So maybe the Falcons could be competitive. And maybe Kirk Cousins comes back. I don't know. Maybe
Big Kirko back in the chains.
Big Kirko chains taking over in Atlanta, but maybe I don't know. But I think, the Falcons have some pieces, but ultimately I think this is the Bucs division to win and to lose.
Easy.
It's up to them. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and just roll right up. Let's throw it to the West. Who do you have?
Now, see, this one is going to be open for discussion, but this is the San Francisco 49ers. Let me start over because I said Miners.
Uh-oh.
The San Francisco 49ers are going to dominate this division. You want to know how badly they're going to dominate this division?
Let's hear.
They're finishing the regular season 15-2.
What?
So I looked at this, and we're going to go week by week, and I'm going to tell you, and you're going to tell me if I'm wrong or not. This is the easiest schedule known to man. Do you remember when the Steelers in 2020 were 11-0?
Yes.
Because of just how easy their schedule was. This is going to be the San Francisco 49ers this year. Now, they get CMC back. I'm not saying he's going to be what he was, but I think he'll play this year. I think he'll play.
He might play.
Brock Purdy has it working out in San Francisco. George Kittle is the top tight end in the league. Brandon Ayuk is going to be back later in the season. And they got Ricky Pearsall and Joanne Jennings. I think they have the offensive pieces as well as the defensive pieces as well. But no, we're going to go week by week, starting with week 1, and they get a win over the Seahawks. And I say that because this is just a new Seahawks. I don't know how that's going to look yet, but I think just starting off week 1, I'm going to give the nod to the 49ers right now.
I disagree.
All right, let's keep going.
I disagree.
Week 2, they got the New Orleans Saints, who I don't think will win a game.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, there we go. Week 3, The Arizona Cardinals, who I am not sold on at all with Kyler Murray. This, I think,
It's
this
early,
is going
though.
to be.
It's not even November yet.
Well, I think this is going to be a year where the Cardinals need to decide what they're doing at quarterback with Kyler Murray. They took him first overall. They're paying him money, and the Cardinals have not been good for a while.
No, they haven't.
They have one of the better tight ends in the league with Trey McBride, who he did not give the ball to at all and didn't score a touchdown last year. Marvin Harrison, who they took really early last year, struggled his rookie season to be one of the better receivers in his draft. They have James Conner, who gets high volume, and which I love because he's also on my fantasy team. But maybe because it's early, they go Cardinals. But I mean, this is at home in San Francisco. I'm taking the Niners.
I don't know. I think early Cardinals, they tend to play somewhat decently in the first couple weeks. I mean, we've seen that trend for the past 2-3 years now. I think the Cardinals are going to take it. I have Kyler Murray going on a major losing streak come mid-November to mid-December. Black Ops 7 comes out. He's going to be playing that, and I took that into account. But I don't know. I see him beating out the 49ers. I think that San Francisco is going to be really hit or miss this year.
See, I think last year was just an absolute anomaly where everything could have gone wrong for the Niners, did go wrong. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we'll see that again this year. But, I mean, I'll be rooting for Dante Stills, Fairmont native.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Represent. So he's doing really good. He got drafted pretty late in the Cardinals, and he's on the 53-man roster.
He's doing
starts.
Great.
He does
fantastic.
Awesome. So shout out Fairmont Senior. Shout out WVU. Go
Amen.
Dante Stills. But that's Week 3. Let's go into Week 4. This is another quarterback problem where I think it's going to have a discussion. Is the Jags. And I'm taking the Niners over the Jags.
I don't remember if I put the Niners or the Jags winning that game. Because I don't think the Jags will be very good.
This is going to be another team where with Trevor, this is a big year for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Because, this is a humongous year because they went out and got a number 1 overall. They have drafted pieces around him to help him succeed. They made him one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, and he took him to the divisional round once. Like, it has to open up discussion that is Trevor Lawrence just a guy that was really good in college football. And it needs to have a serious discussion of what the Jags do with their quarterback moving forward. And this is going to be a big year, big pressure year for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Yeah. And I don't think he's gonna meet that standard. So I'm giving the Niners the dub in Week 4.
I've never really been sold on Trevor Lawrence. I know you used to talk a big game about him, but
he was so good in college.
Yeah,
so good.
It's a different game.
It is, and like I just said, we're now in a situation where okay, there is no more excuse because they have given him so much.
Mm-hmm.
And they have invested so much into him, and he is not fulfilling the return.
That being said, he is my backup QB for fantasy. So if he does great, praying to God.
Shout out Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, I'm taking the Niners Week 4. That's 4-0. We now move into Week 5, and let me tell you why before you freak out. Week 5, I have them winning against the Rams, and I'm going to tell you why I have this.
Please.
Yes, please. So if you've been paying attention to what's going on in Los Angeles with the Rams, Matthew Stafford has been dealing with a back injury all offseason. Mm-hmm. And the whole time they've been saying, it's day-to-day, it's fine or whatever, and he's been dealing with that for a while. And now they say that he's good for Week 1. I don't know what that means, and I can't believe it because we're going to go back 2 years ago. As you remember, this is a very similar thing with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, coming off the Triple Crown year, was dealing with an injury all offseason, dealing with a hamstring injury, where they said he was week to week, he's day-to-day, he's day-to-day. And then Week 1 comes around, we're just going to rest him for a little bit, he'll be fine. Week 2 comes around, we're going to rest him, he's going to be fine. Week 3, they put him on IR for 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I know that all too well because I drafted him for fantasy, and he sat out so long. And so now, I don't know what's going on. Even further, another example, let's go to last year, Puka Nacua. It was the same exact thing. He had some hamstring issues early in the season. They said they were monitoring it. They said they were going to be day to day. It was fine. And Puka was back and forth with an injury going on and off. So I don't trust how the Rams talk about their injuries. I don't know how healthy that Matthew Stafford really is for Week 1, but I don't trust that long term. I don't like that long term. So I think early on right now, I'm going San Francisco. I'm scared of the Rams.
I don't like that
scared
take,
about it.
and I'll tell you exactly why. And it's one person, and that is Puka Nacua. That man can do no wrong in my heart, and I think he's going to save this team no matter what.
You picked him off the waiver wire his rookie year, and he's just been God ever since.
He has. He is my favorite player in the NFL.
I can never imagine being so obsessed over a wide receiver.
Really?
No.
Guy's rooting for the Cowboys tonight.
Anyway, whatever. I'm rooting for George Pickens. All right, that's 5-0 the first 5 weeks. Moving into week 6, this is their first loss. They're losing to the Bucs.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's not their first loss, but sure.
It is.
Not for me.
Okay,
Keep
well,
going.
we continue. Week 7, this is a win against the Falcons. Again, not sure what Michael Penix is going to look like.
I don't remember.
I have the Falcons winning here at home. Or I'm sorry, I have the Niners winning here at home.
I'll be honest, that was another one that I sat and thought about for a little bit, but I don't remember who I put. That's such a 50-50 game for me.
It's such an easy schedule, like it's baffling. But this is going to be an electric start. Next week, the Texans. I'm getting to the 49ers. Like
really?
I said, I don't see C.J. Stroud improving too much. The offensive line for the Texans makes me nervous for C.J. Stroud and his quick decision making. So I have them being in a panic, and the 49ers defense is pretty good. I'm going to give it to the Niners here.
Okay.
Week 8. Week 9, New York Jets.
That's an easy win.
I'm giving it to the Niners
That is
there.
a win.
I don't feel like I don't need to explain that. Week 10, now this one could, again, be back and forth because I didn't like the idea of them sweeping the Rams, but I have them beating the Rams again week 10.
Wrong.
Just because, again, that Matthew Stafford injury, I don't like that long term.
Puka Nacua is in the outfield.
And they're really high on Devontae Adams as well.
Yeah.
But, again, I'll have to see it to believe it.
I'm not.
No, yeah, I'll have to see it to believe it. But yeah, that's my week 10 win. Week 11, Cardinals. I have the Rams winning here again. Or
The Rams?
not the Rams. I'm sorry. Week 11 versus the Cardinals. I have the Niners here winning again.
Okay, yeah.
That's late in the season. Black Ops 2 will be out.
Yeah,
Or Black Ops 7 will be out.
Yeah, no,
We'll be out.
I agree with that one.
I mean, let's keep going with this easy schedule. It just gets easier. Week 12, Panthers. That's a win for
That
the
is a
49ers.
win.
Week 13, Browns. That's a win for the 49ers.
That's a win.
They now head into the bye 12-1. Coming out of the bye. It just gets easier, Ben. It just gets easier. Out of the bye, the Tennessee Titans. That's a win for the 49ers.
That is a win.
Indianapolis Colts. That's a win for the 49ers.
I have the Colts on that one just because, again, by heart, I'm feeling the Colts this year. I'm rooting
All right.
for Danny Dimes.
I'm not, but I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Week 17, the Bears. I'm giving it to the 49ers.
That's a win.
Week 18, Seahawks. I'm giving it to the Seahawks.
Yes.
They'll split the Seahawks.
Okay.
And there you go. That's your.
I have the
That's your 15
Seahawks
and 2.
on a sweep for the 49ers.
That week 1 game makes me a little nervous just because, but like week 18 they'll figure it out. But like that's a lot of new pieces. Cooper Kupp, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Then Sam Darnold.
I think that's why I am a little bit more high on the Seahawks this year is because it is a new team. We do have but they do have a lot of new pieces. So I'm kind of rooting for them. I've got them going 9-8. So
I think it's not. I think those ones aren't going to be as easy because they got some few pieces on defense as well. The Witherspoon guy is pretty solid for Seahawks, and then they have a younger coach. I believe this is his second year. Could be his third. I might be wrong on that, but he is a young coach, and this is just a new offense. So I'm interested to see how that works. I don't think they'll figure it out week 1, but they'll definitely figure it out by week 18.
Okay.
But I have the Niners. This is gonna be another like crazy thing like that. The year Steelers were 11-0, and then like that one year a few years ago where the Eagles were like 12-0 for a while, and everyone was calling them the fraudulent team. It's gonna be stuff like that. It's gonna be a really easy schedule. They're gonna win. They're gonna be dominant. So, but I'll get into how that plays out in the playoffs later. But that's what I have in the West. The 49ers.
I have the Rams. No surprise for me. Like I said, I'm a big Puka fanboy, and my heart led me on this one. But I've got the Rams winning it out, 13-4.
I think their defense will still be solid. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like they lose one of the greatest defensive players ever in Aaron Donald.
That is true.
And they re-find him in Jared Verse, who was
Yep.
phenomenal as a rookie last year.
He was.
And they got
He
a few
was.
other phenomenal rookie pieces last year. They drafted another guy that was really solid last
Mm-hmm.
year. So, I mean, I think their defense is solid. It's just an offensive side of the ball for me. Again, that Matthew Stafford injury, I really don't know how
Yeah.
severe that is for what they say. And I just don't like that long term. I mean, you got an older quarterback like Matthew Stafford doing with a back injury.
Yeah, he's
Other-
only got
he
another
starts taking
year or
some
two
hits.
left.
Yeah, he starts taking some hits, man. He's going to be in and out. But, like, they're also really high on their backup, Jimmy Garoppolo, who, like, surprisingly
Forgot
did
he was
really
there.
well in
Yeah.
the preseason. So
I forgot he was there.
I don't know. Maybe he figures it out in LA.
I mean,
don't
he
know,
wasn't
but
a bad QB for San Francisco. At least I didn't
No.
think so. Even Kansas
He
City.
went to a Super Bowl.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was good.
yeah. I was just prime Mahomes. That's the reason that they won.
Yep. Want to
So
throw
what
it to
other
the north?
divisions? Oh, let's go to the north. Now, this one's gonna be a fun division.
I'm excited.
This one's gonna be fun.
I'm excited.
I have 3 teams making the playoffs out of the north, but ultimately the Lions claiming this one in a very close battle similar to last year. I have them finishing 14-3.
Me too.
To claim the north.
Me too.
Look
14
at that.
and 3.
I got the Packers right behind them at 13-4.
12 and 5.
This is a really young team that is solid, and I think the pickup of Micah Parsons is going to be
That's
an
big.
immediate impact move, which is what I think the Packers were hoping for.
And we know people that said that the Cowboys won that trade. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. It's just even like more mind-boggling because, like, okay, now they have 2 first-round picks,
Yippee.
2 additional first-round picks. Awesome, but then Jerry Jones goes like, "Who's to say I'm not going to use those this year to make an impact right now?" I was like, "What?
If he doesn't just
He's
pick
gonna
up a
trade
homeless
those
kid
picks
on
right
the
now?
street, dude. He's
Yeah, like what?" So, but yeah, and then like that's like, "Oh, well, they got the picks. I don't trust Jerry Jones to make the right decision."
Not at
He's like,
all.
"Well, we can." He's like, "Well, Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons, but we can draft 2 Micah Parsons with this pick.
Can you?
Or anything else?"
Can you?
I don't believe that. I don't I don't believe in Jerry Jones to make the right decision with those new draft picks. And no disrespect to the defensive tackle that they got in the trade. No disrespect to him at all. But no, I don't think that trade made their defense better at all.
Not at all.
So
Not at all.
Not at all. But yeah, I have 3 teams here in the north. I got the Lions claiming it at 14-3. Packers right behind them, 13-4.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Bears, what did you rank them at?
They're another one that I don't think can win more than 5 games. I, however, have them finishing at 2-15.
2-15, 1-16.
Okay, I think Caleb Williams is gonna stink. I think he's gonna stink. They get Ben Johnson as the head coach, who was the offensive coordinator for the Lions last year. From what the videos I've seen in camp as well and what I've been reading, Caleb Williams is not gonna figure Ben Johnson's mind out.
No.
In order, because Ben Johnson is gonna be that super creative coordinator as a head coach to make offense look really, really nice and have them succeed. Caleb Williams is not going to figure that out.
No.
I also think we're going to see some of Tyson Bagent. I think we're going to
Yeah?
see him a lot this year. The Martinsburg man out of West Virginia. I
Yeah.
think he's going to be. I mean, like they're pretty high on him. He just got paid. He got paid $10 million.
Did he really?
For the Bears?
Good for him.
So he got a paycheck.
Good
yeah.
for him.
Oh, yeah, super good for him. Yeah. Did you watch his He did a press conference after he signed,
Oh, I didn't.
and oh my, it's so awesome. I mean, he's balling over $10 million because he's just so happy.
Good
and
for
thankful.
him.
Yeah, he's like, this is just such a blessing.
That's a
I'm going to
win.
help so many people. Yeah, it's such a huge win, and he's from West Virginia, went to Shepherd. Shout out to those. But yeah, I love Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
I love rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Cam Hayward's crying over not getting paid $18 million. But this guy over here is just it changes his life. So yeah, I like Tyson Bagent personally. I think we'll see some of him this year, and yeah, I think Caleb Williams is going to suck.
Yeah.
Just
I think
we'll
that's a
call it how it
given.
is. Yeah. So then our final division is the East. What do you think is going to happen in the East, big guy?
I think it will be a battle. I'm not going to be as biased as I feel like I am. I think it'll be a battle between the Eagles and Washington. I do, however,
I'm right
think
there.
the Eagles will edge out by 2 games, going 15-2, with Washington at 13-4.
Okay, I'm not too far behind you, but I'm on the same path. I think it's going to be a battle between the Eagles and the Commanders. I got the Eagles finishing 13-4 with the Commanders right behind them at 12-5.
Okay.
I think the Cowboys will compete. I have them finishing over 500, but ultimately, yeah, it's what's going on with Washington and Philadelphia.
What do you have the
for West.
Cowboys at?
I got them at 9-8.
10-7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they'll compete. I think they'll be fine. I'm liking the offense a little bit. They're going to be really throw heavy over there, but they got 2 really good pieces for that with CD and George Pickens. 'Cause
Yep.
I don't know who their running back is. I know the Rico Dowell.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I have Google right here.
Oh my God! Please tell me it's him. I'll seem like a super Chad.
Let's see.
Like,
It
wow, this
is
guy knows so
it's
much
Javonte
ball.
Williams.
No,
Should know that.
Wait, that's right.
I have him
he
on my
came over.
fantasy team.
Yeah,
Forgot.
He went over there from Denver. That's right.
Yep.
Okay, I remember that.
Yep.
Is Rico Dowell a backup? Why is that in my head? Hold on. I have
Well,
to
yeah,
get that
look
out
it
of my
up.
head.
That's the beauty of this.
Running back. There's pictures of him. Oh, he plays for the Panthers now.
Oh.
Was he at the Cowboys last year? Was he at the Cowboys
maybe.
last year? 2024. We're going to take a brief break while I figure this out. Why do I imagine him for the Cowboys? Okay, he was at the Cowboys last year.
Was he? Okay.
2024 season, Rico Dowell had
yeah.
a breakout year, rushing for 1,000 yards. I didn't realize that they didn't keep him. So, okay, my fault, Rico.
So is he the Panthers starter now?
Well, no, I don't think so. They got Chuba Hubbard.
That's right.
So they must just be loading up for the Panthers. I am pretty high on the Panthers. I think they'll be pretty solid. Well, let me rephrase the definition of high.
I have them
because I'll have
being
them
pretty bad this year.
I had like high compared to last year. I'm finishing 6-11.
Okay. I'm feeling pretty low on the Panthers in all honesty. Got rid of Adam Thielen. He was a big piece of theirs, but I got him at 2-15. I got him going low, man.
I'm interested to see. They just drafted Ted McMillan out of Arizona. I think he's
Yep.
going to be pretty solid. So he's their one. They went out and got their one.
Right.
So I do want to see Bryce Young succeed. He looked pretty good towards the end of the season. So
Yeah, he
I
did
don't know,
pick
it'll
it
be
up.
interesting to see. Yeah,
did.
it'll be interesting to see. So, but yeah, I have them being a little better than last year.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that. They're kind of a team that they'd never really perform. They did like 8 years ago, but
Yeah, when Cam Newton took them to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they're just such a nothing team to me that maybe
There's nothing
yeah
very
subconsciously I'm holding
exciting
them down.
going on. Yeah. But I mean, the potential's there, I think.
Yeah.
But again, got to see it to believe it. But that's where I had him at right now.
I get that.
All right, so now that we got our division winners, Ben, show me how that impacts your playoff picture. What do you got? Who's winning the Super Bowl, Ben?
Okay, all right. So first off, I've got Kansas City at the 1, so they get that bye. Gonna be Houston versus Denver. I think Denver takes it. We got Buffalo versus Pitt. I know you're gonna be mad, but Pittsburgh's gonna be out in the wild card, so I got Buffalo taking it. Miami and Cincy. Again, I'm pretty high on Cincinnati this year, so I got Cincinnati taking it.
Those are two teams I'm both just so.
I have Miami really high, and then we were talking about it, and you were pointing out some pieces that I wasn't thinking about. So I do feel like I've misjudged that one a little bit, but either way, it's not going to matter because I've got Bills taking Cincinnati. But we'll go back to that. I've also got Philly at the 1 seed, obviously. That gives Tampa Bay versus Washington. I think Washington takes that. We got Rams versus Green Bay. I got Green Bay on that. And then Dallas versus Detroit. Dallas is also another team that's going to go out in the wild card. I have Detroit taking that. Then from there, we've got Kansas City versus Buffalo. Or no, let me take that back. Yeah, Kansas City versus Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to take that. I've got Eagles versus Washington. Eagles take that, in my personal opinion, if we repeat like last year. LA versus Detroit. I've got Detroit taking that. And then I've got Eagles versus Detroit, obviously. Eagles are going to take that. I think it's going to be a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl.
Okay.
All
right, so let me ask you this.
Let me hear it.
Are we going to see a back-to-back Super Bowl win in Philadelphia? Back-to-back parade?
I would love to. If I'm going to be realistic, I don't think that we will get a back-to-back. But if I'm going to be the little fanboy that I am, we're going to get a third ring. Josh Allen, if this plays out how I think it will and Bills do go to the Super Bowl, Josh Allen can't win big games. So I'm pretty certain that the Eagles could take that. Jalen is pretty cool under pressure. I don't know. It could go either way, but I think that Eagles are going to squeak it out.
I mean, the Super Bowl this year's in California. There's no snow in California.
That's true.
So
That's true. He doesn't know how to play.
He doesn't have fans throwing snowballs at the opposing players. So whatever will he do?
But yeah, that's mine. What about you?
All right, dude. Let me show you what's actually going to happen in this year's playoff picture. I'm going to start off in the AFC, where I have the Bills on top, getting the 1 seed, getting that bye.
Okay.
Moving to wild card weekend, I'm going to list you my matchups here. We have the number 4 seed Houston Texans hosting the number 5 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. We have the number 3 seed, winners out of the West, Kansas City Chiefs, with a divisional game playing the number 6 Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Rounding out wild card weekend for the AFC, we got the number 2 Baltimore Ravens hosting the number 7 LA Chargers. Now let me ask you this, Ben. Do you believe in miracles?
I do.
Because this playoff picture gives you nothing but miracles. Not only do the Pittsburgh Steelers end their playoff win drought with a win over the Houston Texans, the Denver Broncos end their playoff win drought, beating Kansas City in Arrowhead to move on to the divisional round. And then I also got Baltimore Ravens beating the heck out of LA because, like we said, Justin Herbert can't win in playoff games.
That's true.
We've yet to see that.
Hey, can I stop you for a second? I believe
what's going on?
in the Denver Miracle. Bo Nix, I think, can really take him places. You guys still have Mike Tomlin as your head coach.
No, listen, because I got it all played out because let me tell you what happens next. The Steelers win. They move on. They're going to go to Baltimore. At this point in time, I have the Steelers. Hold on. I have the Steelers winning 11 games, which they haven't done in a long time. I have the Steelers winning a playoff game, which they haven't done in 2-16. This is enough for Mike Tomlin to lock in his job once again. This is a huge win for him. They're losing to Baltimore. Baltimore moves on to the AFC Championship.
Okay. All right.
On the other side of that, I got the Bills hosting the Denver Broncos. I think this is going to be a fun one. Ultimately, I got the Bills moving on to the AFC Championship against the Ravens.
Yep.
An MVP candidate versus an MVP candidate, Josh Allen versus Lamar. This is one where Josh Allen finally figures it out, and for the first time in forever, we see an AFC team that is not with Ben Roethlisberger, not with Tom Brady, not with Peyton Manning, not with Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen is representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
I like that.
And the Buffalo Bills are heading to L.A. for the Super Bowl.
I like that.
Let's move on to the opposite side with the NFC. This super easy schedule, the 49ers, like I was telling you, is going to get them the number 1 seed. They're having the bye. In this one, I love the NFC playoff picture way more because this is just, it's super electric, and I hope it plays out this way. Our first game, the Tampa Bay 4 seed, they're hosting number 5 Green Bay.
Okay.
I love that. I love 2 pretty young teams, pretty competitive teams. I love that. Next game up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Washington Commanders in a divisional game. I love that. In another divisional game, the Detroit Lions are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. So much is on the line here. You got the divisional rivalry. You have the playoff picture. We're going to move on one by one, starting again in Tampa Bay. I'm going to give the edge to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think that one's going to be a very offensive-heavy game. I like Green Bay moving on from Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
We'll start with the next game in Detroit. I think Minnesota Vikings will be fairly relevant this season. I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's really going to look like, but I think they're still going to be there. However, that Lions offense is just too good. They get their defensive pieces back who were all really hurt last year. I know the Lions did lose their 2 coordinators who were phenomenal. However, the offensive pieces are still there. Jared Goff is still there. I really like Jared Goff. I think they'll be fine without Ben Johnson.
They're not going to lose much.
It's definitely not going to be as flashy as we saw last year, but like they're still going to be aggressive with Dan Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I like the Lions here. Moving on to our last wild card game, we have the Eagles hosting the Commanders. Eagles spent all this offseason talking about that they didn't give a shit that they won the Super Bowl. Well, my golly, they should have gave a shit and celebrated a little bit because the Commanders are knocking them out at home in the wild card round.
All right.
They should have held on to it. Jalen Hurts says we didn't care. You should have cared because better luck next year. I got the Commanders moving on. I continue.
Please do.
We have the number 1 seed now, San Francisco 49ers hosting the lowest remaining seed left, which is the Washington Commanders. I said that a little funny. And this is the real, true competition that the 49ers get this season. This is the best team that they have faced this season. So I, of course, have the Washington Commanders moving on.
I agree with that.
On the opposite side of that, in another divisional rival game, we have the Lions hosting the Packers. Going to be another great one. I have them actually splitting the series in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to give the edge here to Detroit.
Yep.
To move on to the NFC Championship.
Yep.
We have an NFC Championship with the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels is now in his second conference championship in just his second year in the league, and he still can't figure out how to win in those games. Give me the Detroit Lions head into the Super Bowl to face the Buffalo Bills for a Bills-Lions Super Bowl.
I like that Super Bowl picture. That would be electric. I'm not going to lie. That would be a fun game to watch.
Electric. Two teams we haven't seen in the Super Bowl for quite some time finally battling it out in a Josh Allen, Jared Goff Super Bowl. It's going to be awesome. With that Super Bowl, I already said it's in California. There's no fans there to throw snowballs at the Lions. Jared Goff goes back home to California where he knows how to play in that California heat, and he brings a win for the Lions. Dan Campbell completes his rebuild, and the Bills lose another Super Bowl in their franchise's career. Give me the Detroit Lions. They're the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
I love that. You know what? Let's go. I love that.
Let's go. I'm spending money on it right now. I'm locking it in.
$100. No, that's a good picture. I would not be upset with the Bills Lions.
I think it'd be really good. I think it's what America wants. It's what America wanted last year.
That's true.
Didn't work out. So I think this is a year Josh Allen finally figures it out. We have an AFC championship with no Patrick Mahomes. We get a new quarterback. We get a new team representing the AFC this year. I'm giving the nod to Josh Allen and the Bills. And like I said, the Lions, pending they stay healthy, because they were the 1 seed last year, got eliminated in their first round, but they had injuries galore. They had way too many injuries that year. And again, I know they don't have Ben Johnson as their offensive coordinator. They still have Jared Goff. They still got Amon-Ra. They'll be fine. And they get Aiden Hutchinson back on defense.
That's true.
He's got a titanium rod in his leg.
He's unstoppable.
It's not
he's
snapping.
Iron Man.
Yeah, he's going to kick the shit out of everybody. So, no, I like the Detroit Lions. I think they're still going to be good. I love Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I love Dan Campbell.
He takes risks.
And everything that
I enjoy a coach that can take some risks.
I mean, he has turned Detroit around.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how quickly? Like, I mean, could you imagine if we were talking like 5 years ago and we're like, hey, the Lions are going to be contenders every year in the NFC North? Like, that's just crazy. That's an
I would
absolute
cry
insane thing to
and
do.
laugh in your face.
And they go out and they get Jared Goff, and like they do the rebuild.
They really
That
do.
is actually another thing. Is probably going to be the best trade in all of sports. It was Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff and a bunch of first-round picks.
It worked out for everybody, in all honesty.
I mean, yeah, they got Matthew Stafford, immediately win their Super Bowl. Detroit gets all these picks. They rebuild a team, and like I said, yeah, they're now contenders every year in the NFC.
Yep. No, they're a good team.
I'm high on it this year, pending that they stay healthy. I like Jared Goff. I think we're going to see another MVP-type season out of him where he's going to be in contention. Detroit loves him. Everyone loves him. I like him. So, Jared Goff, you want to be on our podcast. He's also going to be a dad, so congratulations, Jared Goff.
Congrats.
But,
yeah, that's big. That's awesome.
Yeah, but
well,
so big.
Our emails are open if he has the free time.
Yinz Use podcast at gmail.com. Yeah, like I said, Lions Super Bowl win. But you know what? Let's not worry about that right now, Ben. Let's worry about week 1, which kicks off in an hour from where we're recording right now.
Yes, it does.
Starts right now.
Yes, it does.
And what better way to get ready with the NFL? A little bit of gambling.
I love spending my money.
Dude, I love spending money. And you know what I love more than spending money? I love winning.
I love making it back.
And here's a win for Sunday at 1. Pittsburgh Jets. They're calling it a revenge game. It's getting really hyped for Justin Fields, for Aaron Rodgers, but it's not even going to be close. Let me tell you. The line is set for 2.5. Leg 1, I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 2.5. There's no way they lose to a field goal. They got Chris Boswell. Aaron Rodgers is going to wipe the floor with the Jets. This O-line is going to give him time galore in the pockets.
Okay.
Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 2.5. With that, the addition of DK Metcalf. He's coming out the gates hot. Give me an anytime touchdown for DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And our third leg to round out this parlay, Justin Fields is quick and he can't throw the ball. We know that. So give me the under of 173.5 passing yards for Justin Fields.
I agree with that one. Is that your full parlay?
That is it. The 3-leg parlay, guaranteed winner.
Can you guys tell who made the parlay for this episode? Because I can.
What does that even mean? What does it even mean? What does it even mean?
There's a lot of
I
Steelers
win,
on
Ben.
there.
I'm not addicted to gambling. I'm addicted to winning. I'm so good at it. All right, we're locking it in. We're putting $100 on it. Boom. You should too. Don't blame me if the parlay misses by one leg.
There it is. Well, I think we're running out of time, so I think that this will be the end of this week's episode. So I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Follow us on socials, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We'll see you guys next week, and we actually get to see some games this weekend, have a little bit more to talk about.
I know. We finally got a lineup. Football is back. Get excited. It's time. Say goodbye to your wives, your girlfriends, your family. We're locked in for the next 22 weeks.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Stay loud. Stay proud. See you on game day. All right.